So hello and welcome to today's video. So the GTA series is well over 25 years old and has had a hell of a lot of releases under its belt during that time. So it's only natural that, over time, some once prominent features of the series have been put to rest and have not been used for a very long time. So today we're going to be going over a few of these features that are no longer with us as part of the series. And just so you know, I'm excluding features that have only made one appearance, otherwise this entire video will be talking about 90% of the features from GTA San Andreas. And also the fact most of the features featured in this video were actually cut when GTA made its jump from the PS2 to the PS3 era. So with that out of the way, let's begin with the top-down camera. So when GTA released all the way back in 1997, the entire series was in a complete top-down perspective from a bird's eye view, and the camera was a bit dynamic in that way. Like if you went fast, the camera zooms out to give you more view on, upcoming obstacles, and if you're on foot, it zoomed in. This was done because, excluding the map itself, everything in GTA 1, 2 and London were just sprites, not 3D models. So when GTA 3 made the jump to full-on 3D, Rockstar still kept in the top-down camera view, likely so those who played GTA 1 or 2 would be more familiar with that way of playing. But the following sequel, or prequel I should say, GTA Vice City, the top-down camera was cut, and it's never made an appearance in any mainline GTA title ever again. I say mainline because it has made its appearance in two GTAs, both of which just so happen to be developed for Nintendo consoles. These being GTA Advance, obviously for the Game Boy Advance, and Chinatown Wars, which was initially made for the Nintendo DS. And this was likely done because those consoles were just far too weak to handle a fully fledged 3D GTA. As evidenced by why the GTA Stories releases, these of course being Liberty City Stories and Vice City Stories on the PSP, don't use it. But it's extremely unlikely we'll ever see the top-down perspective again outside of maybe an Easter egg or homage to the first GTAs. Now one of the prominent things from the PS2 era of GTA were pickups. Scattered around the map you can find all kinds of pickups around, for example adrenaline pills, which first made their appearance in GTA 3. These were just blue spinning pickups with a pill on them. Once you run into them, the game slows down considerably, while your character gets to move insanely quickly and have a rather temporary strong advantage during a gunfight. Players can use adrenaline to take down a large number of enemies at once, or use it as a chance to run off without getting riddled with bullets. It wears off after a short time or when you enter a vehicle. Now, adrenaline pills had a bit of a patchy kind of release across the PS2 era. In GTA San Andreas and Vice City Stories they were completely absent, but they did make their appearance in GTA Liberty City Stories and have never been seen again. Though leftover files and the fact there's a cheat code for adrenaline mode in San Andreas definitely says that the adrenaline pills were going to be featured in San Andreas and Vice City Stories, but I think one of the reasons it was cut was because of CJ and Vic's strong anti-drug stances, with Vic saying they're a bad scene and the Johnson brothers agreeing drugs ruin Grove Street. So it is kind of hypocritical for these characters to be against drugs only to go and take them in free mode. Another prominent pickup were police bribes, because police bribes were pretty much a part of even the original PS1 era GTAs, and have made an appearance in every single GTA up until GTA 4. The way they worked was pretty simple. You got a wanted level, you run into one of these, you'd lose a star instantly, which could be very useful if you're close to death on a higher wanted level. However, since GTA 4, or technically Bully, if you want to get really specific on when it was first introduced, the wanted system got entirely overhauled. Instead of being forced to either fight, die, hunt down these bribes or run to a safe house to lose police, you can now lose authority figures just by hiding out of sight. Eventually they'll give up chasing you and you're a free man. It's no surprise why police bribes got removed entirely, with the then new wanted level system rendering them incredibly useless. But sticking with the wanted level theme, one of the absolute staples of the 3D era GTAs were the 6-star wanted levels. Upon hitting 6 stars, America's finest soldiers would be after you in tanks and barracks. They proved to be a very strong match for even the best GTA player. While the tanks in GTA 5 can withstand about 5 or so rockets before blowing up, the tanks in the GTA 3D era must have been crafted by God himself and can probably withstand the nukes that hit Hiroshima, and the chases were intensified even more when even barely scraping a tank would result in your car blowing up and dying instantly. Excluding San Andreas where it just instantly catches fire, but yeah, hitting 6 stars upped the difficulty substantially. Being caught out in the open was pretty much an immediate death sentence too. However, when GTA 4 released, the military were given the boot. Even the highest wanted levels in GTA 4, its DLCs, or even GTA 5, the military just don't come after you anymore. Hell, GTA 5 even dropped the 6 star entirely, so for all we know, they might have appeared at 6 stars, who knows. Now in GTA 5's case, you can still kinda get the military after you, but that's only if you try to invade Fort Sanduko, which can give a bit of a taste of what a proper 6-star chase in the HD era would have been like, but the fact the tanks actually fire at you and blow you up instantly most chases don't typically last too long. Well, the tanks are located on the inside, and on the outside you have something that isn't the barracks, and they only sort of stay around the military base. You don't really get nothing from the military at high wanted level. You only get the FIB. Will Rockstar bring this back for GTA 6? To be honest, I kind of want them to, because I feel like the military is such a staple for 6-star wanted levels, and it'd be fun to have them back. Now, one of the most unusual features that was in some of the earlier GTAs was the $50 Good Citizen bonus. It was a small random event kind of thing where sometimes in GTA Vice City, Vice City Stories and Liberty City Stories, you might see an NPC being chased by the police. If you run into this NPC and punch them, you'll get $50 for it, while Good Citizen bonus pops up on screen. It's not entirely present in GTA San Andreas, but it might have been planned, as the same event can sometimes be seen happening, but smacking somebody doesn't give you any money. It's never reappeared in any GTA since Vice City Stories, probably because when you think of it, the entire thing is completely useless. $50 is absolutely pathetic, and it's about as useful as you going on a walk and finding a penny. It's nice, but it doesn't really do you anything, does it? Speaking of other monetary rewards, Stunt Jumps. Now, Stunt Jump rewards made their first appearance in GTA 3, and Stunt Jumps themselves have remained a complete mainstay in the franchise. You see a ramp, you go as fast as you can, and yeah, that's it really. It's pretty much the same in every single GTA, there's plenty of them scattered across the map. In the PS2 era, you actually got a bit of money for doing them. Depending on your speed, how many flips you did and stuff like that, you would get money for doing so. San Andreas didn't have the traditional stunt jumps, but did keep the cash rewards for doing so. In all of them, as said, the more speed, height and spinning you did, the more cash you got. But following GTA 4, as said, stunt jumps still remain, so don't bother saying, oh, but they still exist, because I know damn well they do. I'm talking about the cash rewards. You don't get any kind of reward for doing them in GTA 4 or GTA 5. So you now risk breaking your neck and blowing up your car for absolutely nothing. Speaking of absolutely nothing, let's talk about a very tiny but popular Easter egg. Because in all 3D era GTAs at night time, equip a sniper rifle, aim at the moon and just shoot it. You can enlarge the moon a few times, and it was a neat little Easter egg, and it appeared in pretty much every single GTA. From, GTA 3 all the way up to Vice City Stories and everything in between. But, as you can guess where this is going, following the HD era with GTA 4, you can't do this anymore. But one of the biggest changes to GTA was the car damage. In the 3D era, if you landed upside down in your car, you had about 3 seconds to go and run out before it caught fire and blew up, which made stunting, jumping and whatever very risky during a chase. Same also goes for the damage. It can withstand a set amount of damage before smoke started to appear. And depending on how damaged it got, the smoke would get darker over time. Starting off being a very light kind of greyish, then black, then fire. Fire always exploded, you had a few seconds to get out, run away and hide. It made police chases very challenging when you were forced out your car or bike and you had to find a new one, especially at higher levels. But following the release of GTA 4, this entire system was completely overhauled for the better. Car damage was now done much more realistically. Deformities would actually appear on where the car was hit. So you could actually shoot the back of a car and the engine wouldn't catch fire this time. You can crash, say, the left side of your car, only the left side would be damaged. And if a car rolled over, it wouldn't blow up at all. They still would blow up if enough damage was done to them entirely, or you had a stunt go really wrong, but there was much less risk to it than there was in the 3D era. And the final one, which I think everybody is grateful for, is loading zones. Now this one was more of a limitation, I think, because all PS2 GTAs, excluding San Andreas, weirdly enough, had this kind of loading zone feature where going from one island to another there'd be a small part where you get a load screen popping up out of nowhere. You'd wait a couple of seconds, the next island would load. You wanted to go back to the island you were just on, you'd have to sit through that same loading screen again. They weren't very long, they were a couple of seconds each, but well, obviously as technology's gone on, these have been phased out entirely because of, technological advancements. But if you do play the originals on PC, this is actually quite annoying because it's more of a very quick jump scare kind of thing. Instead of appearing for a few seconds waiting for the island to load up, it's just like a very quick second of a mutant flashing image, which probably will catch you off guard a couple of times. Not like in the traditional Screamer kind of way, but if you forget all about them, it can probably make you startled just a little bit. But yeah, those are some features from GTA that just no longer part of the series. Some of them are gone for the better, some of them should return. Let me know what features you miss or features you wish Rockstar would get rid of down below, and thank you for watching, and have a great day.